Today I just went out again. Can you make out that I've gone out? I'm sweating. It's damn hot outside. It's very, very hot if you step outside. Sitting inside, you feel it's just not hot. But if you go out, you realize how hot it is. Okay. It's hot. So did you make a note of what I told you yesterday? The 3 points that I said? If you can make a note of it, it's going to work for you, okay? Motivation has to come from within you, and there are some other tips on that. If you have good company, if you have good relationship status, I'm sorry about that, it's a windy day, and there are a lot of clothes here, so all of it is coming on my face. It's windy in the sense if you keep something heavy on top, that heavy thing is going to fly. It's that windy. Okay, so tell me, if you have good company, then if you have invested on relationships, then it's much better. Your motivation comes from the relationships. Okay, so if you have not invested as of now on relationships, you're doing it by yourself, then I'm telling you, these tips that I gave you yesterday is going to work for you. Okay, and today I'm going to talk on something else with reference to how to make space for new things. Okay, we all know that when you buy, it was a good experience for me having stayed in that PG for 3 years, which is like a privilege for me, which I got in my 40s. People hardly ever get. When I stayed in that PG, I was the only one there in my 40s. Everybody else were in their 20s. So, and I enjoyed it because because there was so much of learning that happened while staying in the PG. So in your 20s, when you're learning, you think that is the only time you're going to be in a hostel or in a PG as a paying guest. Because after that, nobody needs to be in such situations. Usually people are settled more or less, and but for me it so happened that in my destiny it was written in my 40s as well, and I had to go through that, and I learned a lot being there. So I've seen that. I used to observe people buy a lot of stuff and they just bring it, and it so happens that they have not disposed what they already have, so the thing is that it just piles up whatever we buy, and so that question comes in our mind as well, in the sense if we have a lot of our past stuff within us, we cannot make space for new, right? It also applies to relationship. There's always a question which I read: are you ready for a new relationship? Are you ready for a new relationship? And I always answer, I'm pretty much ready. I'm done with all the past. I'm just waiting to get on with a new relationship. Of course I'm ready. Then after saying that, I usually think on it one more time. Am I truly ready for a relationship? I think on it. So the thing is that, how do you get ready for something new? You can answer that in any context. You can answer that in the context of a relationship or the stuff that you buy, whatever you want. Just tell me, how do you make space for something new? How do you do that? Let me tell you, okay? Let's do it again. So, in order to make space for something new, obviously, you need to get settled with the past. Whatever is no longer useful for you, whatever is no longer going with you towards the future, you have to get done with that past, whatever it is. I'm talking about your life, in the sense, how do you prepare yourself for something new? Okay, so I'm just telling you, get done with the past. Like if I can explain, you have some things that you bought, some stuff that you bought, and it is still there, and you want to buy something else. or let me tell you that you have something that you bought and you no longer use it, but it's just there, and you're going to buy something else. So definitely, when it is about material things, it's about the space. Okay, so when you buy something new and bring, you want space for that thing. And how you make space for that thing is by getting rid of the things that you no longer use. Okay, think seriously whether you are so sentimentally attached to those things and you want them to be there for no reason. You're not using them, but maybe you are sentimentally attached to them and you just want them to be there for no reason. So that means you are restricting yourself from the space that you would have got for something new. You cannot buy something new because there is no space for that. Isn't it? That's about material stuff. But when it comes to life, you have to get done with the past so that you are ready for the new. That's how you do it. You cannot dangle there in two boats. That is something that I never ever do. Anything in life, it has to be, you want to give your 100% to that, it has to be single. It has to be one thing that you focus at a time, especially in matters of life and relationships. So you want to begin something new, you have to get done with the old. Okay, get done with the past. Because as long as you are investing in that past, even though it is over, no longer a part of your life, you are never going to be ready for the new. So that's how you do it. Just get done with the past. So if you have problems like in starting something new, my suggestion is that just get over the old. When you give it a period. I always say, whenever you want to get serious about a relationship or get into a new relationship, it's simple as that. Just give it a period, a time. After that time, close that chapter, begin new chapter. To the right to live is the fundamental right, which is the foremost right, in the sense it's the first thing. We all have to live. The right to live. So there's nothing like in what you just didn't work. Your first relationship didn't work out. That's it. Your life is going to be closed with that. You no longer get a second chance or a third chance or a fourth chance. Nothing like that. It doesn't work in life. You get as many chances as you have it in you. That's how life is. So you are done with one chapter, close it and give it a period of time, and then get done with that, go for the next. So are you ready for new? I always say I'm ready for new because I have settled all my past, and it's not like something is just holding me back, nothing like that. Sentiments always have its own folders. You need to keep your sentiments in a folder which you don't always access, okay? Or you're not opening your sentiment folder for no reason at all. So if there are sentiments attached with your past, just mind it that you don't open it every now and then. Give it a time and open it only as and when it is required. That's it. So as long as you have a sentiment folder, everything else is just fine. You have no worries. You are ready for new. So that's how you make space for something new. Okay, whether it is material stuff or your relationship, that's how you do it. Give it a time period, get over it, go for the new, because we all have to live. To live is your fundamental right. There's nothing more than that. And to live, to enjoy, you need a partner, you need to be in a relationship. So one relationship doesn't work, if life doesn't end there. You just move on, go for the next relationship. There also you make some mistakes and it is over for some reason. Don't take all the guilt on that, yourself. It all happens in life. So that's how it is. So that is how you make space for new. How do you make space for new? How do you do that? Maybe you have some other way of doing it, not like what I said, probably. My way is not the universal way. Your way can be different from mine, and how you do it. Let me ask you one question. How do you handle relationships? In the sense, if your relationship doesn't work and you want to go for a new relationship, how do you handle that situation? What is the way that you do? It's so interesting to talk about all these things, We have to find somebody to talk all the things that you want to talk about. That is why you need relationships where you can openly talk what you want to talk about. It's healthy. Sharing your thoughts and ideas, and to have a partner, to have a friend, to have somebody you can talk about all these things, it makes a lot of difference. It makes life worthwhile. The way sometimes you get very, very bored doing the monotonous things when you have so much to talk about and you don't actually have somebody to talk about all these things. It matters. There are different kinds of people. There are people who have a lot of views, but they don't share it. They just keep it to themselves because they don't have anybody to share it with. Okay, the ideas that you have, because people usually don't like to combine respect and disagree. If you disagree with someone, they are like, you don't respect. They don't give you respect because you disagree with them, or they believe that you don't respect them just because they have a different view. It's not like that. In life, we can all have different views, but it is about agree to disagree in the right way. That's the thing we have to learn. So if we learn that, I think we can share our views without fear, without feeling any kind of apprehension or misunderstanding. You don't have to think that my views, they will not like it because I have different views. And many times I just keep quiet because my views are not like what the other people have. So I just keep my views to myself. Because as somebody said, I'm not going to change my views, but I just keep it to myself. That's it. So that's how it works for me. How to make space for new. Okay, so what is your idea? How does it work for me? How do you make space for new? Tell me. A bird had come here, and the bird, what it has done, it's done to the broomstick. I don't know, it attacked the broom and it's got it into pieces like this, because probably it's building a nest. Okay, so that's when they're building nest, these birds can be very, very wild, and it can hang around in all places finding the straw for the house. It's like bricks for the human houses. The houses that we make are totally different from what birds make, right? I'll tell you what the weather looks like today. It's kind of a dull day like yesterday. I don't like to use the word dull. I'm sorry, it's not dull. It's a cloudy day, and which means that it's sun is there, but it's not sunny. But if you step outside, like I'd gone now to buy something just to a shop close here, 2 minutes of walking, but it's so hot and you'll sweat. Its humidity is too much in this place. So that's how it is. But then when you walk and when you're active, you know what happens when you're active. When you're active, you are motivated, right? So for that reason, you have to keep yourself in the go. When you're in the go, you are motivated. When you are creative, you are motivated. When you know what you're investing your time into, then you're motivated. Remember that 3 simple tips I'd given yesterday, but it works magic. So for that reason, at least, you have to keep yourself in the go, keep moving, and it actually works. Okay. So now one thing that I've done these days is I've stopped being in the bed in the afternoon, and it works magic for me. It is so good. I'm not sleepy till I sleep in the usual time at night, But I had a habit of being in the bed for a while in the afternoon because there was nothing else to do at that time, and it had become a habit for me. But now I'm trying to get over it because I'm pretty intuitive. I'm getting a feeling that wherever I'm going after this, I will have a busy schedule and I'll have to be sitting without a break even in the afternoon. So I'm okay with that. So for that I'm just preparing myself probably, and so no being in the bed in the afternoon. So that means I can make a video at that time, I can invest it on something else, and there is so much of time. Is that not good? It's really good. Now you can see the silver gray very much. This is in style now, you know. I really love this. And if I just show you like this, it's a lot more, a lot. You don't get to see it because I usually comb it the other way. But if I just pull it up, it's a lot gray, and it's so graceful. I like it. Let me just show you, okay? Give me a second. Okay, look at this. Can you see that? It's a lot silver gray, okay? You don't get to see it because I hardly ever comb like this. If I comb it like this, I'm in my, I don't know, whatever age that you decide I am in. I'll be 46 this December, in the sense the next week, sorry. I'm talking as if December is somewhere so far. I forgot that it's getting over, okay? Christmas is here and it's just over now. This is the reason I never color my hair, because I am in love with this color. I think it looks so good, so good. This is something I wanted from so long, and I never knew that if you stop coloring your hair, you're going to get to this. I didn't have a little idea of this. Usually it was like I wanted a cherry color, and either it is cherry or it is burgundy or it is silver gray. So finally I've got myself to silver gray, and it looks amazing. I don't have to say that, you have to say that. Okay, so let me know how it is, this color, how graceful it looks. Take care, I'll be back tomorrow. So make a note of the tips that I just shared. What happened to this? One of the tips on how to start new. Okay, close the past, the chapters, and how to begin new. Okay? Whatever it is it material things, you want to buy something, you are thinking so many times whether to buy it or not. For what reason? Is it your money problem? Or is it that you already have something, you don't have space because you have not got rid of the things that is taking your space? What is it? Okay, so think over that. And if it is a relationship, let me tell you, it's easier than material stuff, because you just have to make a folder for sentiments and have all the things, all the sentiments there, and then don't open the sentiment folder every now and then. It's not required that you just open it all the time. Okay, and then get done with that and make space for the new. Okay, so good. Today I shampooed my hair as well, so it's very clear and obvious. When I don't shampoo my hair, what happens is that I oil my hair, and it can be very oily, so you'll not be able to make out. That's it. I'll be back tomorrow with some weird thoughts like this probably, or funny thoughts. Take care. What day is today, tell me? It's Wednesday, and you know I've had all the vitamin tablets D, and just one is left, which I'll be having next week, and I'm done with that. So I can go and test today. I just read that vitamin D, if you have enough of vitamin D, your brain is going to work better. And I think it is true. Your cognitive abilities can be sharpened when you have enough of vitamin D. That is another reason for you to just step outside, go take a walk in the sun, and like me, probably don't apply your sunscreen on some parts of your body. Yesterday I didn't apply it on my arm and my feet. That's it. On face and neck I'm not going to take the rest, so I applied. But I think your head is also a part. My head was totally hot after I walked so much. So I believe that a lot of vitamin D is absorbed by your head as well. It's a part of your body, and nobody mentions about it. The head, the scalp, or the skin, which is exposed to sun. Okay, take care.